Alright guys, so this is my first time doing this, posting a video, teaching you how to cook. I was thinking tonight we'd do something real simple. So we're going to take this chicken and we're going to cook it, and then over the next couple days I'm going to show you how to take the chicken and turn it into 3 different meals from one chicken. So the first thing you need to do is make yourself a drink, glass of wine, mixed drink, pick your poison, whatever it is. Makes cooking more fun. Anyway, so all you need for this recipe is salt and pepper, a 3 to 4 pound chicken, an onion, minced garlic or fresh garlic if you want to mince it yourself, and garlic powder. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the chicken and you're going to remove the giblets. So the giblets always come inside this cavity. The giblets are the heart, the liver, all those gross things that come with the chicken. You can use them and actually turn them into a really good gravy, but I like to take them out for roasting purposes anyway. So those have been removed. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to put our hand, wash your hands too. I forgot to say that. Wash your fucking hands. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is you're going to stick your hand up under the skin of the chicken, and there's a membrane, and just break it with your fingers to separate the skin from the meat. Once you've done that, take your minced garlic, and we're going to take a big spoonful and we're going to stick it up under the skin and spread it around with the flat side of the spoon. Alright. There's no such thing as too much garlic. Alright? Queen Elizabeth hates garlic. She doesn't allow it in Buckingham Palace. She's probably also sexually frustrated and eats terrible food. I mean, because how do you eat food without garlic? Anyway, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, I forgot, the one other thing that we need in this recipe is olive oil. So we're going to take our olive oil, pour some of it over the top of the chicken, and then just rub it around on the chicken, get it good and oiled, make sure that skin is covering that garlic. Alright, I'm going to rinse my hands. I'll be right back. Alright, so when I cook, I'm going to give you a little pointer. I use these. These are called pinch pots. So I don't bother with salt and pepper shakers and all that because it takes too long. So I use pinch pots. Now I have fingernails because I'm a girl. And so I have long, beautiful, precious fingernails. So I use what are called salt spoons. And I take these and I scoop my seasoning. And that's what I use to sprinkle my seasoning so it doesn't get all caught up under my fingernails. So be liberal with your salt. Salt the chicken. Go in, get some pepper. Pepper your chicken. Get the legs. Be sure you get all the spots. If you need to rub it in, move it around. And then I take garlic powder, not garlic salt, garlic powder, and I just dash it over the top like that. Alright, then you want to take your onion, cut the ends off, get the skin off your onion. Now, this may look like trash. These onion butts and this onion skin may look like trash, but it's not. You want to reserve it. Take it, put it in a Ziploc bag, because tomorrow I'm going to teach you how to make a stock, and we're going to use those in the stock, and it's very valuable. So before we cut this onion up and stick it in the cavity, we're going to take one last scoop of salt from the salt pinch pot, and we're going to throw it literally into the cavity of the chicken. I'm going to cut this into quarters. And then just take it and shove it inside your chicken. If you have fresh garlic that you want to cut up and take cloves of garlic and shove it in your chicken, do it. If you have jalapeno peppers or cayenne peppers or any kind of peppers in your fridge that you think would taste good with chicken, take it and shove it up the chicken's butt. It's delicious. All right, next step, we're ready to go. We're going to take our chicken, take its wings, tuck them behind the breast to where you almost can't see them, and then place it in your roasting pan. If you have a roasting pan but you don't have a rack, you can take tin foil, roll it up into a snake, coil it up, and sit the chicken on top of the coil just so it's not sitting on the pan. You want it to sit above the pan, because there's a trick I'm going to teach you after you've started roasting it for 20 minutes. So set your oven to 450, and then you want your oven rack to be at the lowest possible rack setting there is. Set your chicken inside, and then you're going to set a timer for 20 minutes, and after 20 minutes we'll come back and I will tell you what to do next. So pause the video. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes. We're 20 minutes into roasting our chicken. So the next trick is you're going to open your oven up, and you're going to take 1 cup of water, and you're going to pour it into the roasting pan. Okay, now the Food and Safety Administration tells you at 375 you want to roast a chicken for 20 minutes per pound of the chicken. We're roasting it at 450, so it's a little less. So it's going to be about 17 minutes per pound of the chicken. So it's already been in there for 20 minutes, so that's our first 17 minutes. So for the remaining 3 pounds, I'll take 17 and multiply it by 3, which is 51 minutes. Just do the math. So I'm going to set a timer now for 51 minutes, and then the chicken will be ready. So we will see you when the chicken is done. All right, so it's time for our chicken to come out of the oven. Oh, my glasses are fogging up. I can't see. All right. So there she is. Beautiful. Now what you're going to want to do is take a spatula. She's going to be stuck. She might spit. She's going to be stuck to the side of your rack. Okay. Now here comes the tricky part. You got to get her out of there without burning yourself. If you have a pair of silicone heat-resistant gloves, that's the way to do it. Put those suckers on and just pick her up and put her on your cutting board. Me, I take 2 wads of paper towels. Maybe it seems wasteful, whatever, don't judge. And I just go in and I try to get her the best I can. Oh, just to get her over to the cutting board. All right, so what you're gonna wanna do is let her sit for 10 to 15 minutes before you carve her. So that's called letting the meat rest. We want to let her rest for 10 to 15 minutes. This is going to be the last portion of the video, so I want to say this to you now. After you serve this to your family tonight, reserve whatever meat is not eaten. Any meat off the legs, breast, wings, whatever, reserve it, throw it into a Ziploc bag, and then take the carcass of the chicken and throw it into a Tupperware container or a Ziploc bag, because what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to teach you how to make homemade chicken stock from the carcass of the chicken, and then the following day I'm going to teach you how to make homemade chicken noodle soup from the chicken stock we make tomorrow, plus the meat from the chicken that you will have from tonight. So anyway, I hope y'all all had a good experience. I hope this was a helpful video. One thing you want to look at, if you look down here, the juice right here that is running off the chicken is clear. That's how you know it's cooked. If it's a little bit pink, it's okay, because you're going to let it rest, and while it's resting, it still has a high internal temperature and it's still actually cooking. So for the next 10 to 15 minutes, even though the chicken's not in the oven, it's still continuing to cook. Anyway, until next time, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Oh, was that cut? You yelled at